So today there is some interesting news about Tesla and about some other cars I would like to share with you guys. So number one, there is a Tesla coming with new facelift for the Model S and Model 3. I mean, everybody shows those pictures. Everybody see those pictures long time ago when they showed the new Tesla sitting somewhere in a warehouse, right? And there's a new facelift, new headlights, so the Model S gonna get the same. I think that's about the right time, because those headlights, they've been exist for like 10 years, right? On Tesla, 11. But if nobody knew about it, the first Tesla 2009, the one Henry Fisker made, it's still sitting in the Peterson Museum. If you've never been there, just go there, check it out. It's amazing. I mean, it looks exactly the same body shape like the new Tesla S. The headlights and all that style inside. There is some few details which is they change it basically, but 2009 Tesla, the one is Henry Fisker made, it's still sitting in the museum. Go check it out. I checked it myself. That's super nice, super cool. So basically they made that car 3 years before production date back in 2012. So what about the facelift? Those cars gonna get the new shape of front and end, a little bit different headlights and tail lights. Is it gonna be better for the customers? I have no idea. I mean, it's always better when they cut in the prices. So the price is cut right now for the new cars, and you can get one right now without waiting, because that's what shows right now. The inventory, the Tesla inventory, order backlog, data, signal, boarding, demand picture. So basically what's going on with the Tesla right now, they're getting more cars in stock, so they increasing the inventory. That's the perfect example how they do have the cars right now for sale in stock. So when I order my new Tesla X for my wife, right? So she decided she want to go with new Tesla, because the one we had before, we still have it, but it has 5 seats. So we got 7 seats, and I ordered it, right? And they say it's going to be next month. So it's happened in June, and they say you're going to get new car in July. So after one day, I called the guys in Tesla and I asked them, do they have something available right now? So they got the car available in Burbank, so, and this and that. We made a deal. So they basically cut some from the price, and they gave it to me right away next day. But I had to make new order, and the one I made before, I canceled it, and I lost $250 for that. But the discount I got for the new car, it's much bigger than the deposit, so I made a deal with it. So basically they did have the car in stock, the one I got it, the one I ordered before. So right now what data shows in July, they do have more cars in stock everywhere. That's kind of cool maybe, but the stock's going down a little bit for Tesla. So in my understanding, Tesla, same as a Ford, they're never gonna go bankruptcy if something gonna happen with the economy. And something gonna happen with the economy, I think pretty much soon, maybe half year, maybe by the end of this year, because Ford got a huge loan from the government, same as the Tesla. If you didn't know about it, or you have no idea what's going on, check it out, Google it, see what kind of loan they got, 9.2 billion and something else. So basically, when something gonna happen, definitely it will. They're not gonna go bankruptcy just because they already got the money and they already got the loan, so they're kind of safe. If you're gonna check the history of those two factories back in 2008, 2007, right before that happened, they got the money from the government also, so they know something going on. So what about the Tesla itself? I mean, right now basically they do have more cars available for sale. You can buy one without waiting, I think, because they keep producing and people keep not buying. Why? I mean, I told you before, it was a story like we're not ready for those kind of cars to be everywhere like a Prius. The prices for those cars, the used one, going down, and if you have time, you have money to buy that car right now, buy it. I mean, why not? It might gonna go cheaper a little bit later on, might not. Who knows? I mean, you want a Tesla, buy it. You want autopilot? Okay, find the one with autopilot. You don't want autopilot, buy something cheaper, something older, 2013, 14 with free unlimited supercharged lifetime. So your kid's gonna drive it for free, basically. That's cool, nice news about the Tesla. They do have more cars in stock, so you might gonna get one. So what's going on with Toyota? Besides a lot of new cars that's supposed to be in 2024, 2025, in Japan, they made something new, they made something different. They want to compare themselves. I think they want to beat the market in Japan with Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Yeah. So Toyota want to beat the market for Rolls-Royce Cullinan. That's why Toyota producing the new car that's called Toyota Century. So the Century used to be before, and it's a nice huge sedan four-door. There is a lot of cool options inside the car. If you're gonna check from 90s, I love the cars from 90s from Japan. Those are just amazing. Whatever they used to do with those cars, I mean, you cannot compare with any car, whatever in production right now, and you can buy it. Those Japanese style, Japanese quality, you cannot beat it. Same day till right now, there is nobody else made those kind of cars, those kind of quality as a Japanese Toyota for Japan. So they doing that SUV Toyota Century, and it might gonna be available in Japan, but I don't think it's gonna be available anytime soon in US because of different regulation and this and that. But there is some pictures for that beautiful SUV. You might gonna Google it and find it online. Again, it's covered, so you're not gonna get an idea of what's going on inside or what's the design, but you're gonna see that square SUV made by Toyota, and it's gonna call Toyota Century. That's super cool, super nice. Let's see if that car gonna get on a US market. So what's going on with the Carvana? So Carvana, if everybody knows, if nobody knows, it's the same as a CarMax. It's a huge retailer. The same time, the huge wholesaler. So they do have their own auto auction for the wholesale dealers like me, and I'm buying a lot of cars from them also, because why not? I mean, sometimes they have good deals, low mileage, nice cars, and they just want to take time and fix some things on it, or they just want to, they got it as a good trade and they're trying to sell them all, whatever not gonna sell for decent money for them, they're just gonna bring it back and put it on the retail shelf. But besides that, it looks like Carvana has a huge debt, and Carvana strikes to deal to cut more than 1 billion in debt. So basically, not only 1 billion in debt, they do have more debt. And all those companies, if you didn't know about it, again, they not profitable yet. Same as Uber. Uber not showing the profit yet. They still losing money. Carvana, they keep doing the same. So if you're gonna buy any car from Carvana, you're gonna help them definitely with cutting that debt, because the debt, it's kind of huge for the Carvana, not only for them, for all automotive industry. So besides that, what I'm going to tell you from my experience right now, all the prices for the expensive cars at the auction, they're going down. So basically, if you hold the money to buy some expensive BMW or Mercedes, or maybe you want to buy some Jeep Rubicon like I do have it, you might gonna find the right time right now or a little bit later on. I don't think that it's going to keep going down, because right now it's going to be September, so maybe August is going to be kind of slow. September is going to be so-so, but middle of September it's going to go up all the way till December. The price is going to go up, they're not going to go down. Maybe for super luxury cars, but again, if we're going to talk about super luxury cars like McLaren or Ferrari, they kind of floating. I mean, some of them, they are going down, but the cars like Rolls-Royce, for some reason, they're not going down because the production number was not that huge. So basically, those cars, they're not millions on the market. They're not millions in stock. So people do have them for sale, and they keep sitting on them. The price is just going up in the sky, in my opinion. I'm gonna take one car for the review later on, maybe, so I can show it to you what's going on inside the Rolls-Royce, what's the quality, and why, in my opinion, it's better and cheaper to buy 7 Series BMW with V12 engine like 760, and you're gonna be much more satisfied than Rolls-Royce, because Rolls-Royce is just a status, there is nothing else. After 50,000 miles, the car gonna show itself, it's just a BMW. So what else? There is one interesting news I found. There is those cars are dead list. These are dead list cars you can drive. That's 10 cars, which is kind of deadly by someone's opinion. So Chevy Sonic, it has 107 deaths per million registered vehicle. That's not cool, Chevy Sonic, but I mean, nobody won you. So Chevy Camaro Coupe, 110 deaths per million registered vehicle. That's kind of a lot. So there's a Kia Forte, the one I show you, the one I reviewed before, that's 111 deaths per million registered vehicle. So number 7, that's going to be Nissan Altima, 113 deaths per million registered vehicle. But everybody knows how the people on Nissan Altima drive, and usually it's crazy drivers. I mean, so Dodge Charger Hemi rear-wheel drive, the one I'm going to show it to you later on my review. That car is just crazy. I mean, any Hemi engine on the Dodge Charger, in my opinion, that's just too much, because 300 horsepower for that car, it's more than enough. It's a family car, it's a rental car for Hertz, but the way they doing Hellcat, the way they doing Demons, the way they doing Scat Pack and all that kind of stuff with crazy V8 engines from the truck, it's just too much. The people cannot handle it. That's why it's on a death list. So it's number 6 in this list. It has 118 deaths per million registered vehicle. That's a lot. So number 5, it's going to be Kia Rio. That's 122 deaths per million registered vehicle. I mean, Kia Rio is a small car, you know, economy car, but a lot of people driving it like it's a super car with huge safety level, but it's not. So number 4, it's going to be Chevy Spark, 151 deaths per million registered vehicle. 151 on the Chevy Spark. Did you see Chevy Spark? I had those cars like 3 or 4 before on my I had about 4 cars for usage, Chevy Spark. When you sit inside, it just like, you have no space. So I have no idea if you're going to be involved in any kind of accident, how you're going to survive in that car. So number 3 is going to be Hyundai Accent, 152 deaths per 1 million registered vehicle. I mean, again, Hyundai Accent, it's super rare when I see the people driving it slowly, carefully. Usually that car is just flying through the streets somewhere. You have no idea where he's going so fast. Number 2, it's going to be Dodge Challenger. Dodge Challenger, 154 deaths per million registered vehicle. Again, Dodge Challenger, same as a Dodge Charger. People buying it, they thinking it's a super muscle car. We can do this, we can do that. No, you cannot. If the car gonna get a Hemi engine, the car is basically not under your control. It's under the Hemi engine control. And number 1, it's gonna be Mitsubishi Mirage. So Mirage having 205 deaths per million registered vehicle. That car is just terrible, horrible. I used to have that kind of car several times for sale. I don't know who's buying it. I mean, again, some people buying it because it's cheap, so the engine kind of small, 1.2, and you're gonna get a lot of money savings on the gas. But besides that, you can easily park this car anywhere in the city. It's like a Prius C. When that car is available, people won't buy it, because in the city, again, it's kind of comfortable to drive it, it's easy to park, it's good on gas, and it's not bad looking car. Let's go this way. But if you're gonna get involved in an accident, that car is super small. Plus, if you're gonna have some passengers behind you or next to you, I mean, it is dangerous for them. You as a driver, you might gonna survive because you have a steering wheel, you have a front airbag, the one going to your face. But what about the people in the back? They just already squeezed, you know, just to be there. But in case of something happening, I mean, you know what's gonna happen. That's what's happening. I want to say something about the hybrids cars, right? So there is a huge amount of hybrids available on the market. There is a huge amount of hybrids you can see on the road every day, especially in Los Angeles if you live in here. All the people trying to save money on the gas by driving those kind of cars. So are they facing a lot of problems? For sure they are. What about the Toyota Prius? Toyota Prius, it's the most, I would say, reliable car on the market. You can buy it for any money. You can buy it in even the salvage one, maybe, if you want to. If you don't care about the title and the car was, I mean, fixed right way, why not? So, but today I saw one car at the mechanic shop I'm working with, and the car had more than 500,000 miles, and 550 or 540 So we're gonna put the picture of the cluster because I took a picture and it's interesting. I mean, the guy was doing brake booster on that car, not brake booster. I'm so sorry. It was an ABS unit. The one was going bad, and the guy was replacing it for the customer. So basically, what's going on with that ABS unit? It stopped pumping enough brake fluid into the system, and it's just constantly making noise. When you start the car, it's just keep pumping, but it cannot build the pressure. So the unit itself going bad, and right now they're more expensive because they're in a huge demand. So the guy was replacing that unit for the driver. And when I checked the cluster, I'm like, wow, do you still have the original battery or engine or transmission? Let me know, please. And he's like, no, battery, I replaced it once. Basically, for 500,000 miles, he replaced the battery, but he said, I bought the new one, brand new battery for like 3,000, and it was like a long time ago, and it's still going good. Transmission, he never replaced it. He never did the oil change on transmission, but it is required after 150,000 miles. It is required to change your transmission oil in your Prius, but the guy never done it. And the engine, he said, for 500,000, he did twice head gasket and nothing else. So basically the short block for that car is still original. I was impressed, but not really, because I think I saw one time like 700 plus thousand miles on the Prius, and it was 2011 Prius. The guy had a lot of issue, but he was keep driving and keeping that car just because I don't know why. He was doing a lot of different things and he needed the Prius. He didn't want to buy the new one because this one is good and blah blah blah. So there is a lot of Kia Niro, there is a lot of Hyundai's Ioniq, Sonata, there is a Kia Optima hybrid. They are available on the market and they are good same time as they are bad. So I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later on because I want to find the exact car with the problem, the one I want to describe and show it to you, because the engine, it's too sensitive. The battery on the Kia and Hyundai, they kind of sensitive too. So basically, even if your fuel pump gonna go bad on the Prius, it's easy to replace it. You can start it up and the car gonna be driving fine. But if it's a Kia or Hyundai, it's gonna drain the battery completely out. And to do that, if you're gonna replace the only fuel pump, you wouldn't start the car. You basically have to take the battery out, recharge it and put it back, or get the used one and put it back. And this one, you're just gonna send it for rebuild. Or I know some guys, what they doing when the fuel pump going bad on those cars, Kia or Hyundai, what they doing, they charging the battery inside the car. So they basically do have a chargers for the hybrid batteries, right? So they just connecting each cell or like several cells, so the battery level gonna go up a little bit, so you're gonna be able to start the car, drive it and recharge the hybrid battery. It's kind of annoying, it's kind of not easy to do as a Prius. So again, in my opinion, the Prius, that's the easiest car to deal with. It's not that expensive, it's super reliable, and it's gonna hold a lot of different pressure on that car if you want to work for Uber or you want to work for food delivery. So there is a lot of things I want to share with you guys. There is a lot of things I want to show it to you, but I'm going to do it step by step. And today, that's going to be it for the news blog. Thank you so much for watching it. Please put some thumbs up, do some comments below, and let me know if you want to hear something else from me as an experienced used car dealer in Los Angeles, California. Thank you so much and see you next time.